Good morning and welcome to Winnipeg. Now, I read another comment, and I've had probably 3, maybe 4 comments to this effect. And that is, some viewers time their morning coffee at the same time as I clunk my coffee down, and they try to clunk their cups down at the same time. I am so honored, I'll tell you. We live in quite a different age. I got a lot of you might say cyber friends. You know, I'm basically a loner, really. But for some reason, I kind of like having cyber friends. You know, people that comment back and forth, and yeah. Anyway, we were going to take a close look at this platform, the one with the X. That I put too much paint on. Now, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Well, we'll put the macro lens on in a minute. And also another thing I think we should do is before we put away the grandstand, we should just try it on here and see how it's going to look. And then we'll put it somewhere where I'm not going to break off the jack stand flag. Okay, yeah, let's just recompose here. Last night's extra, the 8K extra, it went into 8K. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. I'll be talking about that later. So anyway, those parts are the ones that I did last night, and these are the ones that we're going to put on today in step 13. I think we should get them all on. I mean, it's just a case of gluing them down. There isn't that many. But anyway, let's first of all let's put the macro lens on here. Pardon my reach, and we'll take a nice close look here. Okay, I think what we should do is look at the best one first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my spotlight at an angle, so that it will cast a shadow and we'll be able to see where the little details got plugged up and where they didn't. Now this one looks pretty good. I can just arm's length view, I can actually see it's not too bad. Okay, let's recompose here. Now it could be that this one also has a little bit too much paint on it. But you notice how that platform hinges? You can actually see where they've tried to, inscribe the hinge there. So I can envision where this whole thing could have been made of wood. Okay, now let's put on the one that I got carried away on. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's sure too bad. I suppose what I could have done is soaked it in Windex and got all the paint off and then redone it. Yeah, I could have done that. Well, I guess it is what it is, and you almost need a macro lens to be able to see that it's... Okay, let's not talk about it anymore. Oh, and by the way, Jonathan, thank you for your help. Okay, very gently here now. We want to try this on the bow and see how it's going to work. Got to get this blue tack off of there. Now this piece, if I was to squeeze too hard on it, it would snap right there. So I got to be careful not to do that. Oh, this one came off clean. Okay. Now, a moment ago, when I was setting up to do this, in the corner of my eye, you might say, I see this. Now, I can't remember why I put that there. I think I glued it down, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I did. I glued it down. Uh-oh. I guess I didn't glue this down very good. Oh, we'll fix that. But I do recall one of the viewers saying, be sure and remember to remove it. There it comes. Before you, put your turret down. Okay. It was the micro crystal clear. We were trying to see how well micro crystal clear would act as glue. Was that what it was? Anybody remember for sure? And for a while, I actually thought about it for quite a while, trying to remember. Why did I glue that down there? Okay, let's recompose here. I think I can throw this out now. And see how this is going to look. Okay. You want to come in a little closer, right? This is the sort of stuff I should be doing in 8K. However, 8K takes 10 or more times as much memory card as normal 4K does, like you're watching right now. And anyway. Now that is supposed to fit on there a little bit differently than what you see. In other words, you probably can't see it, but there's two little holes right there. And these two little pegs are supposed to drop down into those holes. They just don't make it. I can see looking straight down through the gap there where they line up. So I know I've got it basically lined up pretty good here. But to get it to look right, I don't know, we might have to just cut those, do a little bit of trimming here. I do recall a viewer mentioning how it was hard to get this to look right. In other words, to get it in exactly the right place, it doesn't look right. So I might have to have it just slightly, maybe a millimeter further ahead. Well, we'll worry about it when the time comes. In the meantime, let's find a nice safe place to put it, because oh, we have to drop those little boxes down on top of there, and also the guns. I'm not done with this yet. Okay. Now, it seems to me we have already tried these boxes in these holes, and they didn't want to go too good. Now, I guess what I could do is I could always cut the pegs off, because there's only one place they can go, and that's pretty clear, right? That might be the easiest way to go. But as for the little guns here, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, now our little guns. Okay, they fit pretty good. They'll be easy to mount. Okay, I'm going to just do that off camera, where I can actually get in there and maybe force those pegs in, if you know what I mean. Kind of a pressure fit almost. And then this piece will be done. Okay, I was just thinking here now, instead of trying to whittle down those pegs or cut them off, why don't I just enlarge the hole a little bit? Makes a lot more sense to me. Let's just give it a try here. Hold this down. Probably going to go right through to the cloth. Probably mostly paint in there. All right. These little burrs don't want to come out of there very good. Well, they'll probably meld. Alright, let's just try this now. Okay. Oh. And the sad part of it is this dropping business is only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Alright. Alright. A little bit of extra thin, maybe from the underside. Just let it come up through the pegs. I might do the same on for the guns. Okay, we'll see you when this is done. Okay, it is done. I wonder if maybe I should have painted the flagpole the number 66. Yeah, right now it's the 19, the same as the sides of the hull. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that off camera. But in the meantime, though, let's find a nice safe place to put it, like maybe on top of the mantle clock with the other fragile stuff. Okay, what's this all about now? Okay, almost 2 days ago now, I uploaded a 8K video, this one right here, onto YouTube, and it did not render out as full 8K. I'll show you here. If I click the settings, try and select anything higher than 4K, it's just not there. But this is actually a genuine 8K video, and it's been up now. YouTube's had about 48 hours almost to, well, 36 hours as I'm speaking, to, get this thing right. But when I uploaded this video, I uploaded it as a .mov. Now, let's back out of this here. Okay, now here is the one that I just uploaded just a few hours ago. About 3 hours ago it went out. And we'll click on it. Well, here is... And we will go to the settings. Now you can see this one is a genuine 8K 60 video. Anybody who has equipment that'll handle this, well, they're going to get to see it very smooth and very sharp. However, the difference is, this one I uploaded as a MP4. I know there's a lot of you could care less about this, but it's just it's a thing with me. I like smooth and I like sharp, if I can get it. That's why I always use a tripod, and I try to get my lighting right. I try to do it it's just a thing with me. Okay. So that's why that particular video, I guess originally, like the one from 2 days ago, just never went higher than 4K. I just wasn't uploading it right. Okay, enough about this. Let's get back to the Iowa. Okay, we have decided that we're going to leave the grandstand until later. The anchor chains, they actually could go on now, but I think I'll leave them. But they definitely have to go on before the grandstand goes down, because the grandstand almost covers up the hawse pipe here, where the chain goes down. The anchors have to go on. Now, if we start moving our way back, first thing we come to is these 4 little controls. I think they're part of the braking for the there should be one more. Here it is. Yeah, for the braking for the Wildcats. I think that's what you call them. I think that's what Jeff called them anyway. And he ought to know, because he actually served on one of these ships, I think. Right, Jeff? Okay. Now, there's the 2 of them have wide base and 2 of them have a narrow base. And if you look very, very carefully, you can see that the ones with the wide base are in the middle and the ones with the narrow base are on the outside. Now, if we got them mixed up, I don't think it would make a whole lot of difference, but let's try and get it right here. Okay, now that looks like a narrow one. And that's a narrow one. Okay, so they go on the outside, and the wide base goes in the middle. Okay, let's see if we can get some of these down. It is getting on here this afternoon already. And, okay, the story of my life, isn't it? I never get done what I think I'm going to. Oh, splinter rail's kind of in my way there, isn't it? If I was to come in at a different angle here a little bit. Well, that didn't work. No, I don't want to break that wheel off the top either. Yes, that's gonna be okay. Okay, I think extra thin, just a very, very small amount. No, what did I conclude was better? Something that doesn't go running out on the deck. No, I think maybe I better make sure that these are all going to fit. Why am I having trouble here? Run. I think I'm squeezing on it, but I guess I'm not. As I've said before, I'm just so afraid of squeezing too hard and crushing the part. Yeah, it looks like these are all going to fit. Let's see if we can get one right. Okay. 1 out of 4. Oh, I didn't even get 1 out of 4. Could be there's a little bit of sticky stuff on the black rubber on this tweezer too. Okay, that's a pretty big hole. I'm sure glad I didn't try to drill those out. Maybe the Revell contactor. Let's slip the macro lens on and come in at a bit of a different angle here. I just looked in my monitor a moment ago, and I realized, oh my goodness, can you ever see the flashing when you move in close like this? And, okay, now I'm going to try and hold this. But like I've said before, almost dropped it there. Okay, now squeeze. I'd probably end up breaking the part trying to get the flashing off. Okay, now. There, it's starting to meld. Can you see that? I could see it. Just let me check the monitor. Is it straight? Could come this way just a little, I think. Okay, let's do the next one. Now hang on to it. This one doesn't seem to want to go down. I'm getting deck tan all over the base. Should come this way just a little bit. Okay, and the last one. Now, I hope I remembered to push record after all this. Guess we'll soon know. Yeah, I see the little red dot on the screen. Okay, let's check the monitor for straightness. Ooh. That looks better. Now you can't see it, but it's leaning back now. Okay. Yeah. And this one here is also leaning back. Okay, let's let that dry. Oh my goodness. Anything that catches on those is going to break them off, like easy line or anything. Alright, what's next on the list? Okay, moving back about 1 centimeter. Yeah, I think with a little bit of extra thin on that, in that hole, this is going to go in okay. I'm going to want it a little bit straighter than that. I think we'll have it perfect in line with the keel. Yeah, it's going to be alright. I'm just taking these guns off of the pallet as they come. I'm not, looking for really good ones or really bad ones or anything like that. I'm just taking them as they come. This doesn't want to... I think it will once we get some... If I was to put a little bit of extra thin on the bottom there. There we go. Now, just get that straight. I think I'll do the same with this one here. I'll just let that meld. I'm noticing the way that kind of bubbles when I push down into it. It's sort of hydraulics, if you know what I mean. I guess those holes, they bottom out. They don't go right through. At least that's what I think here. Let me check the monitor. How's that look? Yeah, they look straight. You're not seeing the profile, but at least you get to see me put them down. All right, now, is there something we have to put in right there? Let's check. Yeah, we put a cylinder called A. Now, if you'll remember, I was talking about a little square hole in these things. Well, if I'm reading the diagram correctly, those have to go crossways. Now, is this going to want to go in there? It's going to be a tight fit. I think once I get some extra thin in there. I like it when the parts are big enough that I can hold onto them with my fingers. There, now you see the little square hole? We're going to put it sideways. And we'll just leave that the way it is right there. Okay, moving back. Can you see this hole here? That's a B goes in there. I'll just reposition a little bit here. Okay, now see the holes there? Try and get them sideways. At least I think that's the way they're supposed to go. And for some reason that does not look like it's centered on that base, but I guess it is. Okay, let's move back. Yeah, that's going to be all right. Now, I'd like to kind of work that in there. It's not quite. Let me look straight down on it. Can line the barrels up with the planking. Oh, I can see looking straight down. I got one of the. Oh, I almost broke it off. But it's going to be that way. It's stuck in there pretty hard. You couldn't see it anyway, but one of the 20 millimeters. I think these are 40 millimeter guns. Anyway, there's going to be another one go just to the right of that, and I'm just going to do that one quickly off camera. Okay, moving further back, and I did move the camera back a little bit so we get a bit of a wider view. The fire director controls go in, and I would think that they would be more or less aimed in the same direction as the guns. Now, that doesn't want to go down in the hole, but once again, I think if we get a little bit of glue on the peg. Okay, you know how I like to try and do everything on camera, right? I gotta stop saying that. I say that too much. It's not really going into the hole. Oh, there it is. There it is. Just sort of work it down. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Oh, I almost upset my glue. All right, let's do the other one. Now, if you remember, these are the parts that I couldn't get the photo etch on. It was just too delicate for me. Ooh, I bumped our gun here. That doesn't look right. Maybe just turn it a little bit here, like this. Okay, quit fussing at it. It's gonna have to do. Okay, I've swung you around about 90 degrees or more. And we've got 6 pieces to put in. And D goes in this hole. I just want to see how it's going to fit. That's good. And C goes in this hole. I think it'll be all right. Yeah, I can tell by looking at it, it's going to go with a little bit of help from the extra thin. Then we have to put 4 hose reels, and they're not symmetrical. On this side, the 2 hose reels go side by side, and on this side they go one on each side of this vent. Okay, let's get our extra thin going here. Get this back out. No, I don't think it matters which way this goes. It's the same all the way around. I suppose this smaller one might be better if I held it with a tweezer here. Just a little bit too small for my fingers. Maybe I should have put some extra thin on the peg part, but I think we got it. Does it look like it's down? Yeah. We don't have the macro lens on, so I can't rely on that. Okay. Now, what time have we got here? 1:49. Do we have time to put on one hose reel? I think I'm not sure if they're all the same, but we'll soon find out here. Where's the manual? These do not want to fit very good. I remember this from previous builds. I want to be careful that I don't break the legs off. I can't remember exactly what I did to get them in. We've almost got it there. They are so, the little legs are so delicate that the extra thin will cause them to start, getting spongy. But it'd be nice if I could get them to go down into those holes, even if I had to sort of spring them. Let's see if I can get the ones on my side in. Like that, and then if it would be possible to shove the whole thing over without breaking it. Well, let's put a little bit of extra thin on the planking there. Okay, we'll just let that soften everything. About 5 minutes ago, when I was setting up to do this, I got a call from the doctor's office, the doctor that had scheduled the MRI for me, and he's going to be calling me tomorrow morning, mid-morning. This is going to be very interesting. I wouldn't say I'm worried about it. Yeah, they're just not. I think that if I was to just leave them the way I've got them there, I think I'm just going to leave it, even though they're not in the holes, because what I'm afraid is going to happen is if I try to put them in the holes, I'm going to break them. Unless I could, if it would be possible to just sort of grab onto it and pull it. See if I could hold it down with my finger. There, I think I more or less got it. More or less. Okay, now let's do the other one the same way. We'll just make it wet to start with here. This may not be the best way to do this, but it's kind of working. Whoa. Okay, let's just leave that one. Okay, the ones on the other side are going to do much the same way. Okay, we did not get all the pieces down on the bow, but we did a few. When we get done with the stern and all the pieces drop down on it, then this is the part that we're going to actually start working on. And what I want to do probably this evening is, I don't know if I'll actually get to talk about it, but let's assume that I wanted to have these portholes drilled out and light come from the outside. And what I'm going to do is, maybe not this evening, but eventually we'll get to it. I'll show how I would do it if I wanted to have it so that light would come out the portholes. Okay, let's carefully get this back down here. I guess it doesn't need to stay there. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.